Hi, have you been to a place for some time and you begin to think and do things like them? Today, I just want to expose you to 13 ways I have been influenced as a Nigerian in Kenya. Yes, are Kenyans bad influence on me? You got to find out that, all right? All right, let's go. If this is your first time of coming to my YouTube channel, I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much, guys. My returning subscribers, I am eternally grateful too. Thank you so much, guys, for pushing me forward. I appreciate. One of the ways that Kenyans have influenced me is the way of cooking, eating their way. Uh, Before now, we have a way of cooking, all right? If you go to Nigeria as I speak to you now, you see the way we cook. Veggies, there are several vegetables, there are several options to choose from. I tell you, since I got in here, I have been eating something that I never for a second look at. All right. One, mrenda, manago, terere, all these things are in Nigeria. All right. But I have never cooked it myself. We look at it as ancient food, even though my grandparents used to cook them, but I have never cooked it personally. But today, as I speak to you, you know the adage that says, when you are in Rome, you behave like Romans? That's exactly what is fully activated here. I cook it like my life depends on it. And I have gotten to know the real value of it, and I am very, very grateful. And I think I owe my grandparents apologies, right? All right, guys. The second one is taking tea. Yes, taking tea in Nigeria, something like Lipton, was a no-no for me. Those of us from Nigeria can attest to this, which so much don't fancy it. You understand? I remember one time when my husband's friend came visiting, and I made tea for him, Lipton, and I added lemon and honey. And he told me never to go that route, point blank. We in Nigeria, we don't hide our feelings. He told me never to give him that, and I was like, for real? He said, yes, I shouldn't. And then, I had to change it to Milo, and he was so happy about it. Now, in Nigeria, let me tell you something. In Nigeria, when you look big, some people will just automatically tell you, you are looking so healthy. No one wants to get associated with somebody who's so thin, looking like a dog that has been denied food for decades. Oh my word. That is all it is. Some people believe that when you look thin, you have contracted one disease or the other. You understand? Why some know that, of course, you are looking healthy, even though you are not big. You understand? So that is exactly what happened. And then I had to change to Milo, and he got it. So today, coming to Kenya, for crying out loud, what I never wanted in Nigeria, I am taking it here like my life depends on it. I love Kenyan tea. I can take it in the morning, afternoon, and even at night. Yes, I take it anytime. And of course, there's a slogan here. Anytime is tea time, right? And I'm getting used to it. And I love it that way. In fact, if you visit a particular house, if you visit somebody, and you are given something, that something must be tea. Do you understand? First of all, you have to be welcome with tea. That is their way of life, and I'm loving it. Hello, Kenyans. I love you guys, all right? I love the tea I've been taking. They can give you that tea with honey, lemon in it, with ginger, which is so helpful. It helps in working on the stomach area and all that. I love it. So I have been influenced. Hello, positively. You would need to name this one, mind your business. Yes. You know the story of a good Samaritan. You also remember the priest There was so much in a hurry because he thought he was late that he couldn't even spare a second of his time to attend to the man that was attacked on the roadside. Yeah, that's exactly. That's just a simple analogy of mind your business, focus on the business of the day. All right. Now, in Kenya here, before you render a helping hand to someone, you need to know that person very well. If you know the person very well, it is so sweet. The experience will be so beautiful. You will be appreciated more than you even imagine. All right. But when you don't know this person, you need to be careful. All right. So let me give you an instance what happened to me. My baby was sick. So we went to the hospital. When we got there, she was attended to. And just in my presence, somebody started crying. And me with my emotions, I couldn't stand it. I didn't even understand what she was saying. And, I asked her what the problem was. And she couldn't talk. She was busy crying and crying. And so what I did was to meet the receptionist. I went to the counter and I asked the woman, please, what made this woman to cry like this? She told me she couldn't pay her bills. And I was like, for real? I ran to my husband crying. I asked my husband if there was something left after paying the bill for my little girl. He told me there was something still left in his hands. We never prepared for this. You understand? A simple example of if Jesus were here. You understand? And so I told my husband, and my husband helped me. We went toward that direction. We did as Jesus would have done. And you know what? The lady was so happy. She quickly cleaned her eyes and she was so excited. The tears ceased. All right? But how and when the husband got my husband's number is what I don't know. How he got my personal number is what I don't know. He was so disturbing that he was calling from Australia. Of course, it was Australian number. You understand? He disturbed my husband. What connection do you have? He disturbed me. What connection do you have with my wife? He was shocked. And where's, for goodness sake, the hospital had to explain, came in to, these are strangers that try to. So in Kenya, before you do something, since then, we learn to mind our business. You don't go, practicing golden rule when you don't know somebody. All right? That particular Good Samaritan, before you practice it, please be careful because not everyone will take it lightly. That is exactly my experience, not yours. My experience. And I want you to, also learn from this. Not everyone will take it like you are doing to the Lord. All right? I hope I'm communicating. Kenyans don't play with time. There is time for everything in this country. Time for food, they don't joke with it. Don't play around food. When it is time for breakfast, oh my word, it is time for breakfast. Lunch hour is lunch hour. Between 6 to 8, it's breakfast. Between 8 to 10 is another thing called tea time. I think it's specifically 10 o'clock. It's tea time. And then between 12 to 1. In between that, you can take tea or thereabouts, then dinner. All right? Now, when a Kenyan specifically finish taking lunch and maybe you invite the person to your house after he or she has taken lunch in his house, I'm telling you, there's nothing you will do for a Kenyan to eat your food. They are satisfied. Now, let me tell you something. When I went to the hospital, another time this time, a young lady attended to me. I think she was serving me from the restaurant section. And she brought this food. I looked at her and I asked her to go get. That is how we behave in Nigeria, all right? Go get yours and eat, or just take soda and drink. She told me she was satisfied. What? As in, this is free thing. No, she was satisfied. It was so interesting. There's nothing. And even in my house, when somebody visited me and I was like, come and take your food. No, I'm still, no thanks. I'm satisfied, just had my lunch. You understand? But you can't try that in Nigeria. You don't dare. It is considered rude for you to, like, as in me, cook for you and you are doing shakara for me. You can't be serious. You have to eat my food. Is it because I didn't cook well? Is it because you are coming from abroad? Or is it because you know how to cook? They will tell me differently, sincerely. So when this is the way. And so when I come back and I tell you, you know what, I'm satisfied. Please don't blame me because I have been acculturated. All right, ladies and gentlemen. In Nigeria, driving is something else. You understand? Before you cross the road, you have to look left, right, and center to see if the road is clear or not. You'll be running. And you know what? If we fear God the way we fear reckless drivers, do you know we will make heaven? All of us will be in heaven. Seriously. Because if you don't do that, the next minute might just become a worst nightmare. Because you'll be hit. You understand? And so here in Kenya, oh my word, I have been told, and I've also witnessed it. You don't just run away from drivers. When you are crossing, especially the zebra crossing, oh my word, you walk majestically, like the daughter of the Most High God. The drivers wait for you. So when I come back, my dear brethren, do not blame me, because I'm going to walk like my God owns me. All right? So you just walk majestically here. They respect human being a whole lot. Please, this is how it is in Kenya. Drivers will wait for you to cross. How about that? And so that is, in that way, I am loving everything here. I am just so much in love with the way the drivers respect him, and they will just wait for you. Pass. And you pass. Isn't that amazing? It's awesome. I have learned something here. Something good to emulate. I hope you will emulate it too. Please, don't hit anybody and run. Number 6 is this particular food called Arrowroots. We have it in Nigeria. In fact, my great-grandma, when I was very small, used to cook it. To me, it was ancient food. I never liked it. But coming to Kenya, it's not easy. You have to join the queue. You have to become that Romans. I cook arrowroot almost every day. We love it. I've also introduced it to my children. All right? I love it. And honestly speaking, that particular food, I actually look down upon it. But some research shows that it helps in losing weight. It helps because it contains some fiber. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But from that research, I have come to like it. And I'll be eating it almost every day. Thanks to Kenyans. I have been influenced. I eat whatever they eat. I do whatever they do. Especially those ones that will not lead me astray. What an insolence. To just wake up in the morning and you walk past your neighbor without saying hi. Whether you know that person or not. This is exactly what I've learned in Kenya. Greetings. We don't so much greet here. All right? Yes. It is not like it's a sin for them. That is just the culture. So I have come to, understand that it is not a bad Example, it's just simply the way of life. Somebody can just, wake up in the morning and see you and walk past you. Maybe you run an errand and you see the person, you say hi, or not even respond. You understand? It is their way of life. So it is not like the way it is in Nigeria. You can't do that. Greetings is a way of expressing acceptance to anybody who is still breathing, showing love. And so in Nigeria, like I think I did mention that in one of my videos. You wake up in the morning, you see an elder or someone who is a human being like you. You just greet. Good morning, mom. Good morning, daddy. Whether the person is related to you or not, as long as that person is bigger than you and is old enough to be your dad, you can address him as a daddy. Good morning, daddy. Good morning, mommy. You understand? Especially in the church. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, daddy. Good afternoon, mom. And we don't just greet from here. We take it to the next generation. How is your mom? How is your dad? How are they all doing? Is everything well with them? When did you come back? All in one greeting. We try to make sure that you feel comfortable. But you know what? If you are used to that and you are here, I'm sorry you don't have to continue like that. You just say hi. To Kenyans, it's kind of a waste of time because they don't have time. Everyone is on the run, looking for food. So if every second counts, we do so much great. And so I am getting used to that, sincerely. I have been acculturated. Yes, I'm getting used to that. I'll just see somebody, the typical Nigerian, in fact, one of my neighbors, I greeted and he did not even look back. I had to go ask my husband, what is happening? They don't greet here. I said, yes, that is their way of life. It's not as if they hate you, all right? It's just it. Hi, good morning. The excitement. I have to let it down the toilet. I had to, so I'm flowing. If someone responds, fine and good. If they don't, please just go. It's not as if they, have any grudges. No, that is just them. Hello, Kenyans. How are you? Are you all doing well? I love you guys. I'm learning a lot. We mind our business. Hi. All right, guys, that is it. Number 8 is calling before visiting. Yes. You know what? Well, in Kenya, we don't just visit. You need to, are you going to be around so time? I want to pay you a visit. I just want to let you know that I will be coming the next 3 weeks. You give somebody notice in advance. And so I'm getting used to that. Seriously, I don't just go visiting somebody without a call. Suppose you come and the person is not there. Unlike what is happening in my place. Hey, my goodness. Regina can just pop into your house and tell you, you know what? How are you doing? What did happen? I just make her come greet you. You understand? We check on our brothers and sisters. We check on anybody we feel like without any notice. Someone can just from his village, from your village people, pack his kaya. You know what is kaya? His belongings. And come and meet you in the house. You understand? Whether you are there or not, he will wait for you at the gate. So here in Kenya, got your phone, call. And when you call, I will tell you when I'm going to be around. Then from there we talk until we agree. All right? So Regina is getting used to it. I call people. I don't just go in there. No, we don't do that. You go where you are accepted. All right? That is what it is. I have been influenced. You know what I'm saying? We call. Number 9, trekking. Hey, when I came here, wow, from the airport, I saw people trekking. Bum, bum, bum. I thought they were pursuing people. Or maybe they were these hoodlums, trying to escape. I never knew they were just, walking and going their way and all that. I had no idea. I was so scared. Why are they trekking all the way? For crying out loud. Why is it so difficult for somebody to just enter a matatu? 50 shillings or something, 20 shillings. Why? Why are they stressing themselves this bad? And I was like, Jesus, I was scared. I have never seen that. In my country, we don't so much trek. In fact, if you trek too much, you'll be that's perpetual trekker. That woman that doesn't have money to to pay for potato. That guy, that lady that is always trekking. Only God knows what is happening to her. She can never, enter Uber. Simple, something as cheap as 1,000. She cannot spend. She's always trekking. You will be name tagged. You understand? But trekking here, when I did my research, I found out that some people trek for several reasons. Why some try to cut costs? Because I actually asked one person, about 3-4 persons or so, and their reasons were just different. One trek because the distance between her house to her place of work was way too far. So she had to trek to some extent before she now got a taxi to her place of work. And she does that almost every day. And the other person says, all right, I trek because of some health issues. I have to keep fit. I need to, when you work out, when you trek that long, there's no way you will not lose weight. All right. While others trek for fun. They just want to, converse with their friends and all that. They trek for fun. But you do that in Nigeria, I'm sorry. Your poverty is on a high level. So I am learning. Seriously, I can't just do without trekking. So you that is looking at me, so come and beat me now. I trek my thing. Of course, I used to trek in Nigeria, seriously. And when I joined here, it was quite, I have seen my friends, so I trek. I trek a lot. Hey, I trek. And when you trek like that, you jog. You know what I'm saying? You jog. You trek, you lose weight. You understand? We're not going with this physical body to heaven. All this thing will, vanish. So you just keep yourself fit. As long as you're breathing. It helps you a lot to avoid some many diseases. Number 10 is, mixing language with local language. In Nigeria, we speak English. We speak English to anyone we see. Although there is what we call pidgin. How you dey? What's up? How na dey? Stuff like that. Mixture of the local language with English. English is official language. But in Kenya, I'm sorry, we don't just speak English to anybody. We speak Kiswahili, it's official language, and English is also official language. And so you find yourself speaking like a Kenyan. I have done that several times unconsciously. Like here in Kenya, if somebody is asking you, how are you? Abari. Now where, stuff like that. Now where, how are you? And you stuff like that. They will mix it up. Okay, kuja hapa. Or njo. To be polite, njo. Like what it is done in Tanzania. In Tanzania are a bit moderate. Njo, and you feel like sleeping. Njo. Here is kuja, So with that, they tend to mix up English and Kiswahili. For instance, I have a shamba. That is, I have a farm. All right. I have a shamba. I have a farm. So you can see shamba is farm. So they can mix it up. If you are not conversant with this thing, you'll be wondering, what is shamba? What is, it will take you a long time to, just like me, it took me a long time to find out from someone what is actually shamba. And it's acceptable. All right. So I have found myself doing this while talking to my people when I make call to anybody. Like, for instance, how are you? How have you been? Long time. And the person will respond, oh, I went to so thing, so place. I will unconsciously say, sawa tu. Nimeona. Jesus. And they were like, what are you saying? Nakuja. What are you saying? It will take you some few minutes to know that you are actually talking to your people. Can you imagine me? So Kenyans, you guys are doing well, man. You have succeeded in teaching me all this, and I'm in love with it. All right, guys, that is one of the ways I've been influenced. I now speak like you guys, all right? I speak like learning. I'm still learning. I am not there yet. See, Abaringa, he only gappy, he only how much, like shank, you know what I'm saying? So I'm learning. It's really interesting. So I speak and mix up this Kiswahili with English when I'm talking to my people. And it's really not funny to them, but I'm finding it, enjoyable. All right. Okay, guys. Number 11. A typical Nigerian dress gorgeously, elegantly, and also extravagantly. Yes, when we go to market to buy clothes, Jesus, we will buy as in 5 meters of lace or kitenge or wax, as it is called in Nigeria. One person will use that to wear, to make a dress that will not only be here, will be dancing from that axis to this side. When we walk and the clothes will be dangling behind us, all right? That's how we do. And you know what? We match a lot with our husbands, with our spouse, our family. You don't even need anybody to come tell you that is your husband or your wife. Wherever we go, you can easily spot my husband down there and all that, all right? But here in Kenya, it is not so. Things are changing. Hey, here they dress so simple. When we go to occasion, you will see this thing that we put on our head. We want to, we get noticed. It is our way of life. That's how it is. A Nigerian don't just go to a place without dressing cute. As in, like the other one, a man will wear the other one, you know what I'm saying, with a cow. But here, everything is simple. As you can see what I'm dressing, it's as simple as this. And off they go. Very smart. Simple, all right? And if a Kenyan should buy a kitenge of 5.5 meters, hey, they will be so economical with it. They will strategize ways for a tailor to use that 5 meters to make sure that it goes round. The husband will wear the top, while the wife will combine a different color with other ones and all those stuff. So it makes it interesting, and I'm loving it too. I'm also learning. It makes sense. All right? So I'm learning, and that is the way I've been influenced. In fact, right now, when I took one of my kitenges to someone to help me make, I was like, you do it this way, put another cloth that way. I also learn, and you dress smart. You don't even make it so, wasting. They believe so much in what Jesus said in John chapter 6. Let nothing be wasted. They don't waste clothes. Let nothing be wasted. Hello, Kenyans. Love you guys. Number 12 is, you can call it, community living or taking friendship to another level. Yes, in Nigeria, when you have a neighbor, you know what you do? You just pop into the neighbor's house. You can visit whether by invitation or unannounced surprise visit. And you know what? That kind of visiting is just to gist. We gist, we want to know what is happening to this person. We check on each other and all that. And if you happen to be in the same church, we do things in common and all that stuff, including, prayer and all that. But in Kenya, what I found out is, if you live in a community, maybe somebody live with you in the same neighborhood, they try to, bring people together, and that's exactly what I have seen. They try to talk to the women around, men around, to do something, not just living like, neighbors. We take this neighborhood, friendship to the next level. We gather, women come together to contribute money. At the end of the month, you collect this money. It is a traditional, what do I call it? Traditional way of saving. You understand? It is called merry-go-round. And you know, this merry-go-round is not just merry-go-round. It is a place where you gather together and you start with prayers. The one that I have been involved is we start with prayers, we sing, we pray before we start anything. All right? And it makes sense. You know, you come together, you contribute this money, and at the end of the month, you collect yours and you establish yourself, or you can use it to solve your personal problems. I'm going to post the video for you to watch. You know, it was interesting where women come together to achieve a common goal. You understand? You don't just live like neighbors. Neighbor and so what? Neighbors, you know, that think alike. Neighbors that see, you know, a brother or a sister in the next person. You see, that is what I've seen in Kenya, and it's so, so good. People don't just live like that. They try to, you know, bring one or two persons together. And at the end, life move on. They live in peace. They check on one another, not just gisting. You know what happened to that person? The other person, you know, no. And that's exactly merry-go-round or Morris go round, because men also do it too. Should I say Morris go round or Jacob go round? Yes. So because men also do that, and it's very interesting. Banking system where women will come together, men will come together. It makes sense. It could be in your neighborhood, it could be anywhere. They choose. Like the one I've been involved in, we move from house to house. We have fellowship. We share. You understand? We can drink tea. We share the word of God at the same time. And, you know, it keeps us together. One love, keep us together. You know what I'm saying? One love, ooh, keep us together. You know, one love keep us together. As long as we are not doing something that will injure the word of God, it makes sense. I hope you are learning, because I have also learned that. Not just staying like neighbors. We can stay like neighbors, but when we do things together that will bring the growth and development to that community, as in elevate you financially, that's where, you know, we can call ourselves neighbors that with a difference. You know what I'm saying? So the last one, where? Kenyans, bueno. Man, let me tell you, in Nigeria, when a child is born, give that child either a year or two, pepper will be introduced, depending on where the person is coming from. Because, like me, I will start mine at 2 years. But other people, I need to even find out from my mother when she introduced pepper to me, because I love pepper too much. So, guys, pepper is the deal thing. Some people can't just eat food in Nigeria without pepper. You will see them literally vomiting. You get my point. But here, since I got here, hey, my dear, I can now cook and serve people without chili. Can you beat that? How else do you want Kenyans to influence me? Regina, that is standing before you, can now cook without pepper. Hey, oh my word. I do that wholeheartedly, and I'm loving it. You know what? That pepper is not so good. It's not so good because the way it is here, I now eat happily. Even my children don't even like it, surprisingly. They didn't like it. Can you beat that? All right, guys. With these few points of mine, you can see that Kenyans, you know, when you live in a different country, in one way or the other, you will be, you know, influenced. But as long as you're not doing anything bad, it makes sense. And I'm so happy for the exposure that God has exposed me to. I hope you've learned something. All right? So please don't blame me when you see me behaving like Kenyans. Of course, you can, you know, agree with me that when you are in Rome, automatically you become Romans. May the Lord bless you for watching. If you find this video useful, please, you know now, do the needful. And I don't want to leave here without thanking you all for pushing me forward once again. May God bless you mightily. I beg to check out Bye for now.
Alpha and Omega, we worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to